These replays are going to be in order starting from cards that I initially thought would be good in this deck list, going all the way into the final build. So if you just want to see the final build replays, then just skip to the last replays. But starting off, yeah, I'm playing Dragon Rulers. I love Dragon Rulers, and this deck is freaking amazing. At the time, I was playing Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon because I really did like the engine. But I happened to take it out just because it didn't truly fit into the build. I couldn't utilize it as much as I wanted to. Yes, it does have synergy with Bystial Lubion, like I did right now. But at the end of the board, it was usually just a level 10 monster that's in defense position. Didn't do anything during my opponent's turn. So I thought, why not change it up a bit? So this is what I do. We got Bystial Dispatter. It's a new dragon. Special summon one of your banished dark. I just banished Red Eyes Metal, so I can just special summon it back. Too bad that's a hard once per turn for the effect on the metal, so I can't use it again. But, I mean, it's not the end of the world. We're going to just try to do as much as we can. During the end phase, I always add another Bystial off of Magnamhut for the main reason that I want to disrupt during my opponent's turn. I want to play during my opponent's turn. Stop them if I can. Ash Blossom comes in really clutch here because I would have lost my board to just on-field negation. Or destruction, excuse me. And yeah, Sprite Elf, just bring back Maid. We'll mill 3 more cards, which is essentially just draw 3, or it's 3 more cards in our arsenal. So we'll see what we hit. Any rulers? 2 rulers, and yeah, that's pretty good. They're playing Time Tearing Morganite, and I honestly don't know what they're playing, but it does look pretty good. This card's kind of scary. 2 normal summons and 2 cards during the draw phase. So I mean, there's a lot of things going on there. At the time, I was playing Gamma because Gamma has synergy with the Red Eyes engine, being able to send a normal from your deck, and Gamma special summons a normal from your deck. I ended up taking it out because I actually played like 3 games where I just drew the normal level 6 in my hand over and over and over, and it just, I didn't want anybody having to deal with that. I hope you're having a great day or night, and honestly, just if you like the video so far, leave a like down below. It shows me a lot of love. Opening hand, opponent's going first, Maxx. I choose not to drop the Maxx preemptively. I could have got punished by Kashtira there, but luckily I didn't. I'm able to chain it to the monster effect. And they're playing a cool deck, not gonna lie, they're playing a Rose Dragon deck, and I think, if I remember correctly, this replay actually gets kind of crazy. Moonlight is if we special summon a 5 or higher, they can just bounce it. Bouncing meaning return it back to the extra deck. It is a disrupt during our turn, so I have to play around that because you know that can make us lose. I'll speed it up a little bit. They're just synchroing combos, searching out the spell that lets them like special summon back from the graveyard. There's been on the Fleur, Garden Raise mode, or that's not even a word. Garden Rose Maiden is gonna activate the effect. Try to special summon. We're gonna activate Gamma, negate the effect. And yeah, our turn. We have a lot of cards in hand, so there should be things we should be able to do, right? I'm going to try to do those things. Branded Regain activation first, just because if something gets banished, then I can draw off of that banish. They're going to negate the Druiswurm in our hand, which kind of sucks, but I mean, we still have Magnamhut, so we'll do Magnamhut. Banish their Synchro, because I don't want to deal with that. And honestly, I think we're just going to give them a field full of like Black Garden monsters. So one, we're going to use Tempest in hand to discard, add the Laundry Dragonmaid directly from the deck, go into the Bystials, search out. They're not negating our effects, so we're still able to play. I searched out the card that if they go into Synchro or Fusion or anything, all the materials get banished. It just makes it harder for them to play. It's essentially like a Macrocosmos in terms of stuff for the extra deck. And yeah, we're going to activate Ruins of the Dragon Lord. I still like this card. I think this is a side deck card. I think it's excellent. You can even run 3 copies, and the 3 copies don't hurt each other because it's like not a, it's a soft once per turn, not a hard one. This card's excellent. Very, very good card. And besides that, we make our own Bardon Fleur because I'm like, you know what, why not? But I'm an idiot because I forgot that Bardon Fleur's effects negated because of Ruin. So I should have kept that in hand. But I mean, it is what it is, you know. They have a field full of tokens. If they Synchro or Fusion or what does it say? If they Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, or Link, all the materials get banished instead of going to the graveyard. So, yep, they get banished. And Branded Regain, if they summon, we get a summon back. And if something gets banished, we get a draw. So there's a lot of things going on during our opponent's turn. They're not hard disrupts, like they just stop the opponent from playing entirely. But they kind of drain the opponent's resources and give us more resources, which helps in the grind game, especially with Dragon Rulers. where you have multiple tributes that you can use in your graveyard to actually take advantage of summoning them. Regardless, Black Rose, right? Destroys everything. Well, we have the kind of like a weird skill drain, but it doesn't really negate because they can chain to it like they do here, and we lose everything on the field and in the graveyards. That includes all the dragon rulers. They're just gone. All of them, everything. So it's like, oh, and then they scoop. I mean, that wasn't the end of the world. We had another Laundry Dragonmaid in hand, so we can still continue to plays, but yeah, damn, like it got nuked there. Okay, this is, I think, looking more towards what I ran in my final build. I'm going to drop the Maxx preemptively, and they're going to activate Triple Tactics, which is a punish for me, but luckily we have the Ash Blossom, which can stop that. So they're still under Maxx, which I'm fine with. Hopefully they don't have Thrust. They don't. Set one card, pass, and it's our turn. Laundry is really nice here. So is Bystial Luvian. That card's amazing. I think we'll activate the Luvian first just to see if we can have any reactions. Laundry Dragonmaid, we're going to mill, or at least attempt to. Maxx is chained, so I'm like, oh, okay, do I chain my Magnamhut? And I was thinking against it, like, not worth it. Magnamhut now, because, I mean, why not? I should have did it earlier, but I was expecting to mill light or a dark, which didn't happen. Regain's still going to get us a draw, so even though they drew off of Maxx, we're still getting a draw ourselves off of the spell card. So we're keeping up with the advantage in the tempo. Divine is going to drop the card we just drew, and now we have an on-field monster effect negate if we have a 7 or 8, which we do, actually. So I'll special summon it back, give them another card, I know. But Luvian is going to allow us to search out the, essentially banish everything if they Synchro Fusion. We also have the on-field monster effect negate, and yeah, we're kind of chilling. Let's see what they can do. They're going to activate that grass, looks greener. That's a lot of mills, but they're playing a deck that I guess doesn't really utilize those mills. I don't even know what deck this is. I don't know. Spyral? It was like New Age Spyral? Maybe. Possibly. Ruinous is just going to negate everything that hits on the field. So it's just, they're in a bad position. And they're even in a worse position now because I have Baldrake. Actually, I think his effect's negated. Never mind. They would have been in a worse position if Baldrake's effect wasn't negated. But it is. I negated it myself. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Just have some things going on. Let me speed it up. They're going to do 1-for-1. This is a Spyral combo, I guess. Spyral Gear, they're going to attempt to add. I think the effect's negated, so it doesn't matter. They still get the effects, like when it's special summon, normal summon, you can add, but they can't do the additional effects. And that guy just didn't like that card, so he's like, I'm going to get rid of it. Nightmare Phoenix, try to get rid of something else. Get rid of the trap, because all their cards are getting banished, the materials that they need. And Trigate Wizard, and then he's going to go into Access Code Talker. I don't know. Maybe because I only have 2 cards in hand, I honestly have no idea what's going on right now. Take a little bit of damage. Just pass turn. Okay, it's my turn now. Okay, I'm gonna play. I still have Luvian, which is very nice because that's a free search. Boop. Get the Branded Beast. Branded Beast can grab back some of the spell and traps in my graveyard during the end phase, so it gives me a little bit of recyclability. And then Sprite Elf would just bring back a level 2 in our graveyard. GG. Alright, now this is actually looking towards my final build, because I incorporated Kashtira last, because I honestly didn't want to fit them in, because they're not dragons, but they are elemental types, and they do have synergy with being banished, and Dragon Rulers banish, so I figured, hey, why not just combine them all together? And I came up with this monstrosity. This thing is actually quite viable. It's incredibly viable, in my opinion. And this is just a basic combo. We're going to do Galaxy Tomahawk, summon a field with tokens. We'll go into Sprite Elf. Main reason I'm doing that is because I want Sprite Elf, and the sooner the better. We're going to summon 3 more. We can't go into links anymore, but it's not that big of a problem because my link pool is very, very, very small. Not important. Axo, we're going to be able to go into Stardust. At the time, I ran Stardust just to fill my grave with another dragon. And this is one of my favorite parts. Look at this. Look at this. Is a beauty. I can do this in this deck. Omega. This card is at 1 for a reason. It should be banned. I'm going to banish a card in the opponent's hand, right? Okay, well, Bystial can just re-summon the Omega. Omega is not a hard once per turn, so I can just banish another card in their hand, which I'm going to do. Oh yeah, by the way, I hit a light, so now Branded Regain can target that card, put it into the deck. They're not getting it back, and I drew a card. Oh yeah, we still have the Dragon Roller, so let's just take advantage of that, right? Summon one of the titles, pass turn. It's not the best end board. We only got rid of 2 cards in their hand, and they have a Pot of Greed, so I mean, definitely can come back, right? Well, we'll find out. Kashtira Preparations can allow us to special summon one of our banished Kashtira. I'll special summon Ogre, looks at the top cards of their deck, banishes one. It's quite powerful, actually, just being able to get information of what your opponent's going to draw. Combined with the fact that we can also get rid of cards in our opponent's hand. Doesn't make for a fun play style for the opponent, that's for sure. We're playing against Mikanko, or whatever, however you pronounce it. They are quite good. They can kill you really quick. If they can get 2 monsters on the field, you're usually dead. But I think we actually survived this, if I remember correctly. We're going to banish some of their stuff with Kashtira Birth. That's another good implementation of the Kashtira engine. It allows us to normal summon 7s from our hand, which Dragon Rollers are. And yeah, I like the banishing from the opponent's graveyard too. It's a little bit of a disrupt, which is nice in my opinion. Boom. So we live with 300 life points. Tidal goes back to hand. They have a field. Their stuff can be targeted, honestly, so I'm not too afraid. So I'm just like, okay, well, Omega, try to activate the effect. They're going to negate it. Maybe I should have waited for the Omega effect, but at the end of the day, that's not the biggest deal in the world. We're going to go into Underworld Goddess, which negates all on-field effects of monsters the opponent controls. So all those monsters, even mine, the one he stole, is going to get negated. Most important one is this one, because it she kind of deals damage to me if I attack her. So let's see, just discarding or something. Bystial Luvion. All right, now the plays are actually starting. So we're going to summon using that. We're going to send from the deck. Bystial Luvion's going to grab the Etelude. Now we got Tidal, summon Tidal. We can make a rank 7 if we want to, just go full attack. And that is game. I mean, the thing with this deck is that if you look at that back row, it's not weak back row. We're not talking about one Compulse, one Infinite Imperm. We're talking about continuous spells that stay on the field and keep providing advantage even during your opponent's turn. That's what I want in this deck. I want this deck to be a top contender. A deck that you would take to Worlds and try to win with. I know that's saying a lot, and I know I might be talking out of my ass, but I do think that the Kashtira engine combined with Dragon Rollers is so incredibly powerful. And it's actually underutilized, and I haven't perfected it yet. That's why I'm making this video right now, because I just want to publish what I found. Regardless, Maxx at the start of the opponent's turn. Triple Tactics again. And this is what I was talking about in the, and this is what I was talking about earlier. Cyphering Driver, it's just like a vanilla. It's not good. I ended up taking it out because it's just like, man, this sucks. But still, I'm still able to win with this hand. Even though the hand's not bad at all. The hand's kind of nutty. We're going to banish the 2 cards in their graveyard. The main reason I'm doing that is because both of those cards have effects. When one's banished, you can special summon the other. The other one, you can just banish it, search out a card. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. They're going to bring out Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer. They can't special summon for the rest of the turn, so that's it. Maybe set some cards if they have another card in their hand to set. They're going to activate the effect of Pop. Druiswurm's going to get rid of the Verte Anaconda. Well, I'm not really too worried about that. And they end turn. Now it's our turn. We have to deal with 1 trap, 1 pop. My hand has 1 brick. But it's not the end of the world because we drew a pretty good card. Red Eye Soul's going to trigger here. If they special summon a monster, then we can send this card from our hand to the graveyard, special summon a Red Eyes from our deck. The main reason that I like the Red Eyes engine is because you can send the Ciphering Driver from the deck to the graveyard directly, which is pretty cool because then you can run Gamma, who's a really powerful card. Yeah, it doesn't really work out, not in this build at least. I have a feeling it will work out later when there is a newer card into the game. It's a new IP card, but it's not in yet. But as of right now, Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, pop the Luvion. I'm like, okay, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Just gonna activate Redox, special summon it. This is quite a bit of monsters. Regain, we're gonna draw another card, see what we draw. Wow, that would have been a good normal summon. Too bad we normal summoned the Frame Driver. Attack 4 game. GG. Laundry Dragonmaid, the normal summon. Bystial as a Dark Disrupt. The Blaster and the Tempest aren't the best draws, honestly, because they're kind of bricks at the moment. You kind of want them in your graveyard or in your deck, but I mean, maybe they'll come up. Branded's not an easy deck to win against as well. It's quite hard. I'm going to banish their Albaz just because Albaz kind of has a lot of util. Perhaps I should have waited on that. But I mean, they're going to use it to fusion summon anyway, so I was like, I'll just get rid of it now so I don't have to deal with it. They're going to add it back to their hand. They're going to have to fusion using their hand if they want to. They choose not to, and then they have to use everything else in their graveyard to fusion. So they're going to go into, what is that? Grangolinol the Dusk, which just sends them a dragon from their deck. Tribute, Bystial Luvion. Now they can search out a Branded Regained or a Trap if they run that. Oh, Branded Lost. Sorry, I forgot about that. That one's really, really good. Now we can't respond to their effects when they fusion summon, which sucks because I actually have a lot of cards I can respond. Metacorn, it's a monster effect negate as well, and they special summon a, well, like special summons a Fallen Valbas from the graveyard, right? That's a pretty big board. Our hand's not that impressive. We'll see what we can do. Branded Regain first. Main reason I do that first is because we do have a Bystial in our hand, and I want to get the free draw. I want to keep up the tempo. I want to keep up the advantage at all times. Start banishing stuff in the graveyard. Start trying to shuffle and draw so that we can just get more advantage, get more cards that can get us out of this. And what do we draw? Kashtira Birth. Well, we don't have any Kashtiras, so it doesn't do much there. But not the end of the world. Laundry Dragonmaid is going to get negated here, which sucks because it's like, damn, that would have been 3 free cards, right? Could have been a Kashtira too that we could have just summoned back from the grave. Oh well, Bystial Luvion, let's see if this goes through. Druiswurm is going to attempt to send the on-field card. They're going to activate Called by the Grave, targeting it. I'm going to target my own monster, thus making Called by the Grave not target anything, thus not negating the effect. Only reason I did that. So our effect's still going to go through, we're still going to send, and Bystial Luvion, hey, he's still in the field, so let's just activate him, why not? Yeah, they'll get a, what are they going to get? They're going to get a branded, like, Retribution to their hand or something. Or no, branded in red. It's okay, it's a quick play fusion spell, I'm not really that afraid. If they do fusion, everything that they're going to do is going to get banished. So I'm not dealing with that, it's all gone. I go into a Sprite Elf just so that we can make our Bystial Luvion untargetable, and we can also special summon the Laundry Dragonmaid back. The only thing I regretted here was not running Rocket Dragon in my extra deck, and I could have easily have ran Rocket Dragon. So that when I brought back during my turn Sprite Elf, I can go into Rocket Dragon, have another body on the board. So when I bring back this guy, I have another tribute that's not a Bystial Luvion. Regardless, opponent's playing. So what are they going to do? Springnit's can't add to hand, alright. And Dragonmaid's going to attempt to activate Ash Blossom. Nope. I'm like, well, that kind of sucks. Alright, fine. We still have Bystial Baldrake. That's like my saving ace. If they fusion summon or do something that I don't like, nah, banish it. So I'm just holding on to that as much as I can. There's branded fusion, and I'm thinking my time has come. My time is here. Luvion. And I'm like, do I activate it on this one? Oh yeah, I can't respond because of branded loss. So it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter I could do that because like I can't even respond anyways. So yeah, we'll just let them play at this point. I can't do anything. Fallen Valbas, I can use our own monsters. Pretty tight stuff. And what they're going to use, the Bystial Luvion. I don't know why they chose him, I'm going to be quite honest. But maybe because it was light, I guess. Albion, banish the stuff in your graveyard. Fusion summon. Predaplant Despia or whatever. And at this point I'm like, am I dead? No, because for some reason they summoned these in defense. Also, they didn't attack me. I don't know. But I'm not going to roll over and die. I'm going to try to win this game. Bystial Luvion, again, activate the effect. They're going to chain this to... no idea why they did that. Maybe it was a misclick. They're going to chain it to Laundry Dragonmaid. And I'm like, okay, Branded Beast, we're going to pop the Dragonmaid. We're going to pop your Luvion, so I don't have to deal with that. Sprite Elf is also going to be chained to bring back the Dragonmaid. And finally, after 2 negates of her, on the 3rd turn, I'm actually able to activate the effect. And I milled a Tempest, and I milled a Saronir, which allows me to send more things. And here's Blaster. Blaster's going to go into Big Eye. Big Eye is going to steal Despia, just because it's a quick effect, monster effect negate. And I can just clear the board after that. I also have still the spells. You know, we were chilling big time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to present you with my Dragon Ruler deck profile. I've been working on this for the past 3 days, but I've been theory crafting this for what, like the past month? This is what I've came up with. It's not perfect. I don't think it's perfect. If you have any card suggestions, leave them down below for anybody else to read, including myself. But let's just jump into it. Most powerful hand trap by far. 3 copies you have to. Only in here because of Auroradon in the extra deck. It allows us to go into synchro plays really easy. It perfectly functions well in the deck. It's just synergetic. It's perfect. You shouldn't change it. You should keep it. 3 Laundry Dragonmaid. I like her a lot. I don't know if she's one of the best cards in the game, but I like her so much that I'm running 3 copies. And in fact, I'm running more copies of other cards just to see her more often. Only 1 Ringowurm. It is a good card. I like having it in hand as an extender. It's good in the graveyard. It just has that util that I want. I don't want to see multiple copies though. I only want 1. 3 Ash Blossom. Stop the opponent's Maxx because Maxx is the best card in the game. Only 1 Stream. And it's the only baby ruler I run. The main reason for that is because Stream is water and it gets you into Tidal, which can get you into Laundry Dragonmaid. So essentially it's just another Laundry Dragonmaid. 1 Kashtira Riseheart. It's a normal summonable monster that can banish Kashtira from your deck, which synergizes well with Birth. Banishes cards from your opponent's deck, which could be annoying. And also it can just special summon itself from the hand. Only downside is that you can only special summon XYZ for the rest of the turn. We don't have that many XYZs. So it's not the best card in the world, but it is good enough to incorporate into the deck since we do run a quite vivid Kashtira engine. Bystial Magnamhut, it's a staple. 7 naughty. When it's milled, it's very good. It's also good in the hand as a disrupt. But mainly we just run it because we want to mill it so we can see Alluvion, and it fills our graveyard with dragons so we can take advantage of the Dragon Wars. Staple Druiswurm. Baldrake I'm only running because I run more Bystials than normal, since I'm running Saronir. So I'm like, oh, I could take advantage of Baldrake then. 2 Redox, you only need 2, and Redox searches out Redox when it's banished, so it works out perfectly. Tidal is really important here because you can search out Dragonmaid. Also, we do have some waters that we can banish, like Kashtira Tier Elements, so I could take advantage of that in that aspect as well. 2 Blasters. You only need 2 Blasters so that when you banish one of them, you can just search out the other. Same with the Tempest, you can just search out the other one. Kashtira Fenrir is very, very powerful, so we're running 1 of it. Kashtira Unicorn is pretty good. I like looking in the opponent's extra deck. Yeah, it's super invasive, it's super powerful, it can stop their plays if you hit the combo pieces. You know what to hit, and if you played enough Yu-Gi-Oh to kind of learn what people do in their average combos, this card is so scary, very, very scary. If there would be anything I would change, I would perhaps take out another Unicorn and maybe put an Ogre with the Kashtira trap. But I haven't been finding too much success with this trap. I think it's really cool, but as of the moment, it's not incredibly good. So I'm just opting for 2 Unicorn and running Kashtira Theosis as the additional spell search. Regardless, moving on. 2 Elements Kashtira. This is essentially just Laundry Dragonmaid, except it's a bigger body and it's a 7. And you can special summon it from the hand by banishing a Kashtira. So yeah, it's just Laundry Dragonmaid. Also, when it's milled, it's not bad because you mill 2 more cards, so it's pretty good there. Bystial Alluvion, very, very, very important. I love having it turn 1, discarding, getting the add in the hand, because now I feel like I have additional protection during my opponent's turn, which I like having. I don't like feeling useless during the opponent's turn. And it also searches out the spells and the traps, which are quite amazing. Kashtira Theosis, this is like last resort spell. Always with Unicorn, you search out Birth. But if your hand doesn't allow you to go into your synchro plays or your link plays, then you are stuck with Kashtira Theosis, and whatever monster you bring out hopefully gets you advantage to allow you to establish a board to protect yourself. Because the XYZs aren't like, they're more reactionary. Like Draco Sack gets rid of skill drain and like hard to remove stuff on the field. Galaxy Tomahawk is a combo piece, and Big Eye is just a monster stealer. So they're not really anything that like gives you super advantage. I mean, you could make Kashtira Shangri-La, but it's not incredibly powerful. But that's just my opinion. Pressured Planet, Raitsoth, because we have a more heavier Kashtira package. It also boosts up the attack of our monsters on the field, which is quite nice. 1 Branded Regained, it's very, very good. 1 Kashtira Birth, it's very, very good. Branded Beast, not as good. If all honesty, I would probably bump up Regain, but I do like having Beast because you can grab back the branded continuous spell and traps from your graveyard, which in the case of this deck, we mill a lot, so being able to grab back your stuff is useful. And Interlude of the Branded is essentially just Macrocosmos in terms of them using extra deck materials and stuff. Besides that extra deck, Cyframe Omega, very scary combo with this card. I showed it off in the replay where I just got rid of 2 cards in my opponent's hand. Draco Berserk is just extremely powerful. it acts as like a disrupt during your opponent's turn, but also during your turn, you can just go really heavy into attacking twice with this guy. So it does give a lot of util and protection. Axial Synchron can allow you to go into Synchro 10s, very easy. It's also just a good monster. You could also run it with the Stardust along in the extra deck. I chose not to run it. Instead of Stardust, I'm running Ravenous, Croco Dragon, Arcetheus. Main reason for this is that when it's Synchro Summon, you can draw one card. Maybe that one card saves you and you like it gets you out of the game. I haven't really tested this card. I think it's trash, but I'm gonna try it out and see how good that one card draw is. Potentially you can even draw more if you use tokens. Besides that, Baron de Fleur, I mean, I don't really make it. I don't make Baron de Fleur that much. In fact, I make Bystial Dispatter way more because it's just a bigger body. It gets you like a free special summon. Baron de Fleur is kind of just a one negate and that's it. And yeah, you could pop, but it's like, it's not, it doesn't really come up. The popping one card on the field, destroying one card on the field doesn't really come up. I don't like Baron de Fleur that much, but I do like having it. It's a great card. It's just I never make it. Big Eye, stealing monsters. I do that sometimes. Tomahawk, I use this card a lot. Draco, Mecha Phantom Beast, Draco Sack, I've rarely ever used, but it's just there as an emergency case. Kashtira Shangri-La is, it's okay. I just don't like the card that much. I don't like it as 0 attack. I also don't like that the opponent could potentially take advantage of this and make their Riseheart or Riseheart or however you pronounce it. I don't like this card that much, but I am running it because it is decent. But it scares me to bring it out because the opponent could definitely take advantage of that and win the game off of me playing one bad card. So Underworld Goddess just removes opponents, so it gives you a chance to get rid of an opponent's hard to remove monster. Mecha Phantom Beast for combo plays, go into your synchros. And 2 Sprite Elf, just because Laundry Dragonmaid is that important that if we make a Sprite Elf and it dies, we can just make another one. So we can get our Laundry Dragonmaid back. Regardless, I love dragons. I wanted to make this, and I'm glad that I get to share it with you and all of YouTube for free. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like or a comment. Besides that, I mean, I'll catch you later. Peace.